What the fuck is up? What's going on, y'all? It's another car video. I know y'all like, why the fuck his ass always in the car? I'm asking myself that sometimes too. But look, I got a message, you know what I'm saying, earlier. Firstly, how y'all doing? Amazing. Okay, cool. How I'm doing great. I'm doing above average, you know what I mean? But listen, let me talk to y'all real quick because I had this thought that came into my head, right? But first, before I had that thought, I was assessing myself because I realized I be finessing. Well, I be finessing and everything, but I be finessing out here. And I started assessing myself and my patterns, and I started looking at, I'm like, you know what? I don't have to always just finesse. I can be more than a finesse. And as I was assessing myself, a thought came to me, and it was like, you know what? Before, like, I would look at the things that I've done, and I would beat myself up for these things. You know what I mean? I would be upset with myself. I'd be like, damn, you know, I shouldn't have done this, or I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done this. And I'm, you know, going in that pattern of hurting myself. But then I realized earlier I realized, I was like, wait, I'm not even upset at myself for doing what I did. You know why? It's because I did it. Like, it was me. I created myself to do that. I put myself in a position to finesse. I put myself in a position to do this and to do that. Anything that we do is because of ourselves. It's nothing else beyond that. You're not a victim. Everything is you. You know what I mean? So I started thinking, I was like, you know what? I'm not even mad at me. But then when that happened, right? So I'm up here. I'm looking at myself with this type of thinking, right? With what I was looking at. And I looked at it, I was like, you know, I was looking at my own limitation from a higher perspective. So when I'm looking at that, I'm like, you know what? I can be more than you. Like, I can be more than just a finesser. I could be more than a person that's full of excuses. I can be more of a person that's, by the way, I don't really have excuses, by the way. This is me just going off top of the brain. But I can be more than what I want to be. You know what I mean? Than who I can be. I can be greater. I can be the next ruler of a country. I can do that. I can be a painter. I can be a sculptor. I can be a gym instructor. I can be any fucking thing. You know why? Because I'm limitless, and I'm going to go beyond me. I'm going to go beyond the simple, small patterns of what I thought I should be. You know what I mean? But it's not that, because I'm my own instructor. I'm my own teacher. I'm my own student. I'm my own motivator. I'm my own chef. Like, I'm my own everything. And of course, I do have mentors, so I really appreciate them. They are definitely sculpting me to be great as well. But the thing is that I'm sculpting myself, most importantly, to be what the fuck I want to be. Because if I want to just be the one-dimensional person that is working at let's just say where I'm working at a grocery store, no knock to them, because people do what they got to do. But if I'm going to just subject myself to being that certain way, then I'm going to only think that I can be that certain way. And of course, I can work in this place and have a limitation, have a beyond thinking, going beyond myself. But at the same time, I'm still subjecting myself to a one-dimensional thing, which I don't have to do. And this is my brain working, by the way. That's why I'm talking the way I'm talking. But that's where I was going with it. And I was speaking to a great person called Wade, man. Shout out to him. He's a great person. And I was speaking to him, and I was like, you know what? I don't have to just be this. You know what I mean? I don't have to even be this. Like, of course, I'm born with this body. I can change my body if I really wanted to. You know what I mean? And I do want to, which I am changing my body and everything, you know, progression and everything. But I was just thinking, to me, I was like, yo, like, I can be more. I don't have to subject myself to be an employee. I'm a boss. I'm a boss. You know, I don't have to subject myself to being a boy. I'm a man. I don't have to subject to myself being a prince. I'm a king. So it's that type of thinking that just took me to a different place. And I was like, you can go beyond you. You know what I mean? You don't have to be one-dimensional. You don't have to be where the fuck you are. You can be more than that. Shout out to the Bloom. To the Valentine's Day ladies. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the ladies. What's going on, y'all? What's good, dogs? But shout out to my ladies out watching this. It's good to see y'all. Good to hear from you and everything. Thanks for viewing. But listen, you don't have to stick to a one-dimensional plane of thinking. You know, and I was on the phone earlier talking about this thing too, and a lot of people need to hear this, because a lot of times, and it's a very simple thing, that you could be anything you want, right? But you say that, but you don't actually know what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like, you can say, oh yeah, I could be anything I want, and then still continue to keep yourself at a low level of thinking and be in the box, when, shout out to Steve Dean, by the way, when you are the box. You see what I'm saying? It's like, you know that you can be beyond that. You can be beyond this level of thinking. And people, like I was saying before, I know I got off track for a second, but people will say these things, right? But will go right back into being in a certain way of thinking. You know why? Because they don't truly know that they can be anything. They say it because it sounds cool. But who in your life right now that you know is truly doing what the fuck they want to do. You know what I mean? Like, who is truly being anything they want, sculpting themselves to be? I can be a painter. I'm gonna be a painter, a poet, I could do ballet if I wanted to. Anything. It may take some time, but who gives a fuck? If I say I want to do it, I'm gonna do that shit. And I'm not gonna subject myself to be defined by laziness, excuses, to be defined by society, to be defined by other people. Like, fuck that. People don't even know who I am. Like, they see versions of me, but they don't know who I am. But they see those versions, they don't realize that I'm infinite. That's why they see versions. Because I'm infinite. I can be what the fuck I want to be. You know what I'm saying? But I know who I truly am in my core. You know what I'm saying? I know that I'm the puppeteer, not the puppet. I'm the puppeteer. I'm the one controlling the shit. I'm the one making the decisions. I'm the one choosing what to do. I'm the one engaging in this, reacting to that, talking to this, and speaking to that. That's me. This is just what I need right now to be on this physical plane, which is a beautiful thing. And I shout out to this physical plane. Shout out to the planet Earth. Shout out to the people that are in this type of way of thinking. If you are not in this type of way of thinking, that is fine, because we are evolving every single fucking day. You know what we do on this side, baby. But listen, I challenge y'all to just do something that you want. Challenge your way of thinking. Challenge a certain way that you want to be. You like say what is something that you always wanted to do? You wanted to write poetry? Write poetry. And then keep continuing to do that, and you're gonna be a fucking poet. You know what I'm saying? It's shit like that, to where I thought, you know what, I don't gotta subject myself to being anything. I'm defined by myself. I'm not defined by anything else but me. No one else defines me but me. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only thing I can be, but me is also infinite. You know what I mean? Being me isn't just I'm just me. You know, a lot of people say that, oh, just be yourself, be me, but you don't, some people do. But you don't actually realize what being me or being you is. You is infinite. You is eternal. You is everything, dog. So let's not subject ourselves to a certain type of way of thinking, and we can be more than that. And I know you know that, because we know that. And we're here, baby. We evolving every single day. Peace and love to all. That was my video for the day. Go beyond yourself. You are not your limitations. You can see your own limitations, and you can be what the fuck you want to be. Peace and love.